Welcome back to Ridezone Bikes, the home for motorcycle enthusiasts, two-wheeled thrill seekers, and everyone in between. Today, we're diving into a machine that's been turning heads and raising pulses since its launch, the all-new 2025 Suzuki Gixxer 155 SF. This compact sports bike blends sleek design, everyday usability, and sporty performance in a way that only Suzuki seems to master at this level. So if you're considering a new entry-level sport bike, or just curious to know what the 2025 Gixxer 155 SF brings to the streets, grab your helmet and stay with us. We're covering everything from features to real-world performance, from on-road behavior to what makes this version different from the last. Let's start by addressing what the Gixxer 155 SF actually is. This is Suzuki's fully faired version of their highly popular Gixxer 155. SF stands for a sport fairing, and the bike carries the same aggressive lineage inspired by its older sibling, the GSXR series, while it sits comfortably in the 150cc commuter sport category. This isn't just about basic commuting, it's about making your daily ride look and feel premium, without blowing a hole in your wallet. For 2025, Suzuki hasn't reinvented the wheel, but they've sharpened the blade. The new Gixxer 155 SF gets several updates that enhance its style, refine its performance, and cement its place as a top contender in the sub-160cc sport bike segment. Now, let's talk design. The Gixxer 155 SF wears its race DNA with pride. The front fairing has been slightly tweaked for 2025, with subtle aerodynamic revisions to improve airflow and reduce drag. The headlamp setup remains a sleek, aggressive LED unit that looks menacing at night and futuristic during the day. Suzuki has added a new dual-tone color palette this year, including options like metallic Triton blue with silver accents, and a stealthy matte black edition with neon stripes. These colors aren't just stickers, the paint quality is premium, and the finish has a deeper sheen than previous models. Tank extensions are sharper, giving the bike a broader, more muscular stance. The seat unit flows seamlessly into the tail section, which is sharp, upswept, and minimal, true to sport bike styling. At the rear, the tail light is a crisp LED unit that complements the overall design symmetry. The fit and finish, top-notch for the segment. Panels align perfectly, switches feel tactile, and there's a general sense that every component was made to last. Moving to the cockpit, Suzuki has retained the fully digital negative LCD instrument console, but it now comes with slightly better contrast and improved backlight for better daytime visibility. It shows everything you need: speedometer, tachometer, gear position, fuel gauge, trip meters, clock, and a service reminder. It's simple, yet modern, and easy to read while riding. There's no Bluetooth connectivity or navigation, but remember, Suzuki's keeping this bike lightweight and focused. If your priority is performance with minimal distractions, this clean dash setup is a plus. Now let's talk about what's under the fairing. Powering the 2025 Gixxer 155 SF is the same tried and tested 155cc single-cylinder, air-cooled, fuel-injected engine. It churns out around 13.6 PS at 8,000 RPM and 13.8 Nm of torque at 6,000 RPM. This motor is paired with a slick 5-speed gearbox that shifts with precision. Though these numbers might not sound groundbreaking on paper, the Gixxer has a strong low-end and mid-range torque, making it incredibly usable for both city commutes and occasional highway sprints. Suzuki has refined the fuel injection mapping this year, resulting in slightly smoother throttle transitions and better cold starts. You'll feel this especially in stop-go traffic and during quick overtakes. The engine feels more responsive without sacrificing fuel efficiency. Speaking of efficiency, this is where the Gixxer 155 SF truly shines. In real-world riding, expect mileage figures between 45 to 55 km/L depending on your riding style. That's impressive for a bike with this level of styling and performance feel. So how does it feel on the road? The Gixxer 155 SF is a balanced machine. The chassis remains the diamond-type frame that's been lauded for its rigidity and predictability. Suzuki has tuned the suspension setup for comfort with the sporty edge, 8 telescopic forks at the front and a 7-step adjustable monoshock at the rear. Whether you're carving corners or tackling pothole-ridden city roads, the Gixxer manages to stay planted. It's not razor-sharp like a track tool, but that's the point. It's sporty without being harsh, nimble without being nervous. Braking is handled by disc brakes at both ends, with single-channel ABS as standard. The front disc, a 266mm unit, offers strong bite and decent progression, while the rear complements it well. We would have loved dual-channel ABS, but considering the segment and price point, this setup is adequate for everyday riding. Now let's touch on ergonomics. The Gixxer 155 SF offers a slightly sporty yet comfortable riding triangle. The clip-on handlebars are positioned a bit lower than the naked version, giving you that tucked-in, aggressive posture. But it's not extreme. It strikes a good middle ground where you can still commute daily without wrist pain. The seat height is a manageable 795mm, which makes it accessible for most riders. At 148 kilograms curb weight, the bike is fairly light, which aids in maneuverability and confidence for newer riders. Pillion comfort isn't the best. The rear seat is small and sits higher, typical for sports-style bikes. If you ride with a pillion often, you may need to look at touring-focused models or consider a grab rail or backrest. So, who is the Gixxer 155 SF for? It's ideal for young riders looking for their first serious bike, office-goers who want a mix of style and efficiency, or even enthusiasts who want a secondary, fuss-free bike with sporty intentions. It's easy to maintain, fun to ride, and good-looking enough to turn heads at a traffic light. Let's not forget this bike carries the Gixxer badge. That means Suzuki DNA, a refined engineering, precise handling, and a dash of excitement every time you hit the throttle. Now let's talk numbers. The 2025 Suzuki Gixxer 155 SF is priced at around a superscript 1.48 lakh ex-showroom, depending on your city and variant. That puts it in direct competition with the Yamaha R15s, Bajaj Pulsar F250, and Hero's Xtreme 160 R4 volts. While the R15 packs more punch and tech, the Gixxer counters with affordability, refinement, and real-world usability. What are the standout features or USPs? First, the styling. Few bikes in this range look as premium and cohesive as the Gixxer SF. It has road presence, especially in its new color schemes. Second, build quality. Suzuki's reputation for refinement and durability comes through strongly. Fewer vibrations, better panel finishes, and overall tight engineering. Third, it's the perfect balance of performance and practicality. It's not a track bike, but it gives you a sense of sportiness every time you ride, while still being as easy to handle as a 125cc scooter. To sum it all up, the 2025 Suzuki Gixxer 155 SF is a matured, stylish, and well-balanced motorcycle. It doesn't scream for attention, but it impresses with consistency, quality, and finesse. It's a bike that can be your daily ride, your weekend explorer, or your go-to fun machine without the headaches of high costs or aggressive maintenance needs. If you're looking for a stylish, reliable, and sporty 150cc bike that stands out without being over the top, the Gixxer 155 SF is absolutely worth a test ride. That's it from us today at Ridezone Bikes. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 2025 Suzuki Gixxer 155 SF, give us a thumbs up, subscribe for more two-wheeled content, and let us know in the comments would you pick the Gixxer SF over the R15 or Pulsar F250? Until next time, ride safe, ride smart, and keep the rubber side down.